Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video is a part of the monthly portfolio update series made for those invested with me on Etoro. During July, the portfolio was up 14.95%, and for the year, we're at 15.92%. We are invested in KWeb, Warner Bros. Discovery, Alibaba, Tencent, Paramount Global, Berkshire, JD, and Cardalytics. For those who keep up with my updates, you would have noticed that Liberty Global is no longer in the portfolio. It was sold off to buy Cardalytics and add to the existing Tencent position. This month's performance has been primarily driven by two factors: the weakness in the US dollar and supportive measures from the Chinese authorities. We saw a decline in the dollar after CPI inflation came in at 3% versus an expected 3.1%. The weakening dollar gives a boost to emerging market equities, with the China tech companies being some of the major beneficiaries. The Chinese authorities have also stated their intent to support platform companies, namely Tencent and Alibaba. On the 10th of August, Alibaba is expected to release earnings. I'm hoping that management will announce their most significant buyback for a quarter in the history of the company, because the share price has been in the $80 range throughout this quarter. With the reopening of the Chinese economy, we will hopefully see an improvement in the growth of the core business and the subsidiaries of Alibaba. It was announced that the parent company injected an additional $845 million into Lazada to promote international growth. This will improve the competitive position of the subsidiary, along with the eventual intention to prepare for an IPO. Going back to the portfolio, Cardalytics, a relatively new position, has been rallying due to the recent developments in the underlying business. The upcoming earnings on the 1st of August are going to be proof of management's ability or inability to execute on their plan to turn around this company. Earlier this month, the company released an 8K stating that they had negotiated a lower revenue share agreement with JP Morgan. The market was slow to react to this news, but eventually the stock rallied, since this is a significantly positive development. It would increase Cardalytics' revenue without an increase in the operational expenses. The release also gives an insight about the value that Chase sees in the services provided by Cardalytics, and theoretically lowers the probability of losing Chase as a customer. Another positive development in the company was the change of CFO. The core management at Cardalytics has completely changed over the last 2 years. The new management is far more technologically qualified to scale the business. During this upcoming earnings call, I'm hoping that the CEO, Karim Temsamani, gives us more details about the negotiations that are ongoing between Chase and Cardalytics, along with an update on the progress in the move towards the new ad server. The stock is likely going to experience volatility. It could go down or rise by more than 10 or 20%, depending on the details and the guidance issued by management. I've sized Cardalytics as a smaller position relative to the rest of the portfolio due to the inherent risk associated with turnaround situations. It's small enough not to materially impact us if it does go down 50%, but large enough for us to meaningfully benefit if we have a 5-bagger or more. Going back to our holdings, both Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery had blockbuster movie releases with Mission Impossible and Barbie respectively. Paramount will announce earnings on the 7th of August, and Warner Bros. Is expected to announce earnings on the 3rd of August. Paramount has been extremely quiet about the ongoing sale process of BET and Simon & Schuster. Although we are down a little more than 5% on the position, I expect that this will rapidly reverse as the company starts announcing some concrete steps to improve their balance sheet through asset sales and debt reduction. There is a lot of value to unlock here. It's just the matter of management getting it done. The same is true for Warner Bros. Discovery, although they might not need as many asset sales since they have movies like Barbie that have been absolutely crushing it. According to The Hollywood Reporter, in an article published on the 20th of July, Barbie will finish Sunday with well more than 700 million in worldwide ticket sales at the box office, after serving up the biggest week in history for a Warner Brothers movie with $578.5 million. The company has finally started stabilizing after the massive merger between Discovery and Warner Brothers. Last quarter, the streaming unit surprised with a $50 million profit compared with a $217 million loss in the fourth quarter. The US direct-to-consumer business was able to achieve profitability 1 year ahead of guidance. The stock has been significantly sold off due to technical reasons related to the merger and also negative news from the writers' strike. I would not be surprised to see a much higher stock price by year end as a lot of these issues gradually get resolved. With that, I hope you have a better insight about how I'm viewing the portfolio. Do let me know if you have questions about any of the individual holdings. I have been posting frequently on the Etoro timeline and also on Twitter. Do follow me there if you'd like to keep up with those updates. You'll find links to the social media platforms in the description. Thanks for watching the update.